Your title, and I'm going to adjust the audio levels.
Okay, I'm Antonia Hartley, and I'm the clinical nutrition specialist here at Campus Health.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to stand here so you can talk to me that way.
Okay.
The camera.
Okay.
So what kind of services can you offer to students when they come to see you, and what should they come or can they come see you about?
Okay, so I am the clinical nutrition specialist, and students can come see me for a lot of different issues. The things that I mostly work on, people definitely come to me for general nutrition questions. They want to talk about balanced eating or how to navigate the dining hall or a new vegetarian diet. But I also mainly do medical nutrition therapy. So I work with students with chronic illnesses like eating disorders, disordered eating, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all types of diabetes, food allergies and insensitivities, gastrointestinal disorders. So like I said, I do some general nutrition stuff, and students who don't have any health issues can certainly come see me. But I also, for our students who have more chronic health issues, I definitely do medical nutrition therapy for them as well.
Awesome. What kind of resources do you have for students to help
Do you want me to
them?
show that?
Yeah, if you could. I think it's a cool visual for people to see. So what kind of resources do you have for students to use, and what can you talk about when they come see you?
Okay. Well, for a lot of my students, we talk about balanced eating. So, so for example, like the plate method, I talk a lot about the plate method with my students. And then I also do a lot of mindful eating techniques and intuitive eating. So generally for my clients who are trying to make some sort of behavior change, I try to figure out where they are and their readiness to make changes, and then suggest interventions that sort of meet them where they are. So whether that's balanced eating or mindful eating practices, or just taking a look at their relationship with food, that's definitely something we can do.
Awesome. Is there a number of times usually you see a specific client? Well, I guess what is the long-term process like for kids to kind of get an idea of that?
Mm-hmm. So there are no what's the word? So there are no limits to how often students can come see me. I'm a free service, and they can come see me. I do get very booked. So if I'm booked out 2 weeks, then students automatically get referred to the sports dietitians here on campus, but they're awesome and they do all the same stuff I do. So students might be able to work with me, and they might be referred to the sports dietitians.
Awesome. How did you get involved with nutrition, and what brought you down this path?
Well, I used to work in media in New York for Jane Magazine, and that was fun and lovely, and I got lots of free lipstick and jeans and concert tickets, but it just felt sort of hollow. There wasn't a lot of soul, and I wasn't helping people. So my mom is also a nurse. I think that I grew up in a house that was very health conscious, and I was very aware of how my body worked, and so I wanted to learn more about the nutritional biochemistry, and so I got my master's in public health. I came here to UNC, and came here after graduation and have been here for almost 7 years.
Wow, what a cool story.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest nutrition challenges you see facing college students, specifically UNC students, or what problems do you see them facing during this time?
Yeah. I think one of the biggest challenges that I see with my students is people aren't eating enough. I think that a lot of people think that we have this obesity epidemic in America, and people are dealing with weight issues. And I think on all ends of the weight spectrum, people generally aren't eating enough, whether it's because they're afraid of gaining weight, or they're afraid of, or they forget to eat because they're so busy, or they don't know what a balanced meal, or what, they don't know how to listen to their hunger signals and their fullness signals. So I would say that for a lot of my clients, it's not eating enough. Again, no matter what size they are, no matter what issue we're working on. And then once we can get them eating regularly and eating enough, generally they feel better, and they're able to, they feel better.
Definitely. When you have clients come in, what is your goal when they leave? What is your goal for your clients?
My goal is that they feel like their goals were met. I definitely talk to my clients about what their goals are and what their expectations are about working with me. And I hope that they leave with their goals met. Whether it's, a long-term goal of, I want to overcome this eating disorder, or whether it's a short-term goal of, I want to remember to eat a vegetable at every meal. It's short-term goals and long-term goals, as long as their goals are met. And if they have great positive feedback, that always helps too.
Definitely. Well, that's kind of it for now. Is there any other things you want, students to know about you, about what you do, what services you offer? About just nutrition in general?
Yeah. I mean, I think one thing that I do differently than a lot of dietitians, and maybe not, hopefully all dietitians are doing this now too, but I really do a non-diet approach. So I think a lot of students come into me for weight loss, and I have to explain to them that I don't do weight loss. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to help them make changes, or I'm not going to do assessments of their eating patterns or their physical activity patterns, but I am the type of dietitian that I know that dieting is harmful. I know that dieting doesn't work. We have the research that shows that dieting causes weight gain. We have the research that shows that dieting doesn't work and that people regain it. So I think it's really responsible on a campus where we have a really high number of eating disorders and disordered eating patterns to perpetuate that by teaching people how to diet, which we don't know how to do. So that's one thing I like for people to know about the way that I practice is if you're looking for a better relationship with food, I can totally help. If you're looking to lose weight and you're not interested in taking a look at your relationship with food, then come in and we can still work together, but we'll need to sort of I would love to have your questions and have that conversation.
Definitely. Well, that was perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.